Well, hey there, and welcome back to my channel. I've got another dark and scary history show for you today. We Regon Nabi taking a look at 3 segments that are guaranteed to keep you up at night. So turn off the lights, grab your blankets, maybe a pillow if you want to, and let's get started. The first segment is going to take us to ancient Rome, where we will meet Gaius Vibius Pansa. Now, this man was a Roman senator who had a pretty normal life until one day while he was out walking, he was attacked by a group of bandits. These guys beat him, tied him up, and then they threw him into a well. Now, luckily, passers-by were able to pull him out of the well, but he was left paralyzed from the waist down. And because of this injury, he was unable to properly bury his own poop, so he had to hire people to do it for him. And that's not exactly a glamorous job in ancient Rome. So eventually, he just gave up on trying to hide his waste and he just started letting it accumulate in his house. Eventually, the stench from all of the rotting waste became so bad that his own slaves and even his wife, Atria, started dying. And so finally, he went to the emperor and asked for permission to build a sewer system in his house. And amazingly, Nero actually agreed to this, probably because he didn't want to smell the poop either. So a tunnel was dug beneath the courtyard of his home, and his waste was directed into the sewers of Rome. But as you can imagine, this didn't really fix the problem, because now when he used his bathroom, everyone in the empire could smell it. And so he tried one more thing. He chained women to chariots like horses and whipped them as they pulled him around. But eventually he died. And upon his death, his body was thrown into the Tiber River, so at least he didn't have to pay for his own funeral. Our next story is going to take us to 18th century France, where we will meet a woman named Manon Delorme. This woman was the daughter of a wealthy family, but she was also an epileptic. And because of this, she was often taunted by other children. And so her parents decided to send her to a traveling carnival in hopes that the constant stimulation would help with her condition. But instead, the opposite happened and her seizures became worse. And so they took her to a traveling surgeon who promised that he could cure her if she allowed him to cut out part of her skull. And as you might have guessed, the surgery was a total failure and she ended up dying on the table. The surgeon then took her brain, which was technically still alive at this point, and pickled it in a jar. Then years later, he brought the jar of brain to a party trick or treaters and told them that it was the brain of a woman who had been killed only hours before. And to prove it, he pulled out a worm that he claimed had been crawling inside of her brain. Needless to say, no one wanted to eat that brain. Now for our final story today, we will travel to 1920s New York City, where we will meet Harry Houdini. Now, Houdini was a magician and daredevil who loved to shock audiences with his death-defying stunts. But one day he received a letter from a man who claimed that he had discovered the secret to immortality. And as you might have guessed, this guy was full of crap. But Houdini was still pissed off that someone would try to ruin his act. So he challenged this guy to a fight, but the man backed out. Instead, Houdini's brother offered to go in his place, but he also backed out when Houdini challenged him. And so finally, Houdini challenged a random dude to a fight and broke his nose. But the man was uneven mad and he just asked for $5, so that's what Houdini paid him, but not in cash. Instead, he paid him in publicity. Houdini told everyone that he had broken the nose of a man who had dared to challenge him, which made the man famous, and he started making money off of it. So I guess in the end, both of these guys got what they wanted. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed today's video, then check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, make sure to follow me on social media because I post there every day. I don't post here. So, yeah, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I love you. You're awesome. Bye.